simultaneously also at that.
Yeah, I've started recording.
Yeah.
And I'm making you
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji.
Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna. So
Dandavat
we
Pranam
are
Prabhuji.
starting 7th chapter. Whatever part we just left it behind, now we will be resuming back. So I will be sharing some notes. Till 12th verse we have covered. Now we will be going for the 13 onwards. So there is one section, 13 to 19 is a one section that we are going to do it, as well as 28 to 24th also we are doing, and if it allows, the time permits, then we can go the last section of this chapter also, which is 25th to 30. So these two sections I will be covering today at anyhow, and the last section, if it allows, then we can go it for that also. So these are some notes which I will be referring, and you can also read it. It's like the translation and commentary and the purpose I will ask you to read, and then we will be going for the PPTs, right? So we will be starting with the prayers. Om Adnyanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namaha Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharne Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarne. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate grim yat kripa tamahum vande Shri Guru Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. So it is like the seventh chapter, 12 shlokas are over. Now the 13 to onward, we are seeing this section, 13th and 14th shloka is a small section. The three modes are controlled by Krishna, therefore surrender. See, the surrenderness, the Krishna is talking from 4th chapter, from the 4th verse only. And how he is talking, Bhumirapo analo vayu kham mano buddhire vacha ahankaritiyam me bhinna prakritirashra. Whatever you are seeing, these 8 things, the material, these are my material energies, and my spiritual energies are also there. Aparayam taswanya, which is like the superior energy than this matter. So everything belongs to me. I am the source of everything. I am there in everything. I am pervaded in everything. So that also we have seen from 8 to 12 shlokas. So that's why the inner message was that, so what is the problem? Surrender. Now here, the title of this sub heading is like, it is 3 modes are controlled by Krishna, therefore surrender. Okay, now the elements are there, are my energies. Even like this Sattva, Rajas and Tamas, which you are under, but I am not. So you need to surrender. Somebody can read this one? Then we will be reciting the shlokas together.
Can I read, Prabhuji?
Yes, yes.
The three modes are controlled by Krishna. Therefore, surrender 7.13 and 14. Deluded by these three modes, no one knows Krishna who is above the modes and is inexhaustible. Those who surrender to Krishna, the control of the modes will cross beyond the modes to know him. Tribir gunamair bhaver.
We will be reciting together. We will be reciting together. Sorry. We will be reciting together. Or else, if you can recite after me. Tribhir gunamair bhaver.
Tribir gunamair bhaver.
Ebhehi sarvamidam jagat.
Ebhehi sarvamidam jagat.
Mohitam nabhijanati.
Mohitam nabhijanati.
Mamebhya paramavyayam.
Mamebhya paramavyayam.
Somebody can read the translation and then the commentary also.
Deluded by the three. Yeah, please go ahead, Mati.
Deluded by the three modes, goodness, passion, and ignorance, the whole world does not know me, who am above the modes and inexhaustible.
A commentary you can.
Thinking that Krishna is the source of everything, they think that he is within the modes. This is caused by the three modes of material nature. How to know and see Krishna, and who does know Krishna?
Yeah. So those who are now, after telling everything, every other thing I am telling, but still the people are not understanding. Now I am telling that this is like I am the source of everything, material or the spiritual. I am telling now, this is like whole creation is mine. I am the source of everything. I am pervaded in everything. So why, like the question may arise in the mind of Arjuna. Then why the people are not understanding? Then Krishna is telling that Tiripir Gunamair Bhave Ebehi Sarvamidam Jagat Mohitam Nabhijanati Mamebhya Parama. And Tamas, they are been deluded. That is, we will be seeing that how they are been deluded. We will be seeing that through the PPTs, but I will be telling that Prakshepatmika and Avaranatmika Shakti works on the Jivatmas, and that's why they are been deluded. And it is the Shakti of the Lord only. So how to know and see Krishna? And who does know Krishna? That is the answer in the next shloka. It is like Arjuna's hidden questions are coming and Krishna is speaking. What questions will be there for any condition Jivatma or any Jivatma may be rising in their heart. What questions will rise in their heart, and Krishna is answering without being asked also. Devi Esha Gunamayi.
Devi Esha Gunamayi.
Mama Maya Duratyaya.
Mama Maya
Mame Vaye Prapadyante. Maya Metam Tarantite. Somebody can read the translation and commentary.
Yes, Prabhuji. This divine energy of mind, consisting of the three modes of material nature, is difficult to overcome. But those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it. Yeah. It is not just surrender which is glorious, but surrender to Krishna. Mameva, this is what is glorious. Later on this chapter, Krishna is going to describe those who do surrender, but because they have no knowledge, they don't surrender to Krishna. And therefore their situation is not at all glorious. And Krishna criticizes them heavily. In this way, Krishna denies surrender to the demigods or to the impersonal Brahman.
So it is mentioned here, Mameva ye prapadyante, not anybody else. Krishna is saying that to me. Mameva ye prapadyante maya metam tarnite. This maya is very difficult to overcome. The maya is not only a mata or mataji. Maya is every other thing which is taking us away from. Sometimes the people are saying that Maya means like the woman only. For the woman, the man is a Maya. Maybe means like wherever the attachment which is leading away from Krishna, that is a Maya. And whatever the attachment which is leading towards Krishna, that is like the prema. That is a prema. This is like the continuation path where we are leading towards Krishna. That thing we have to take it. So the kama and the prema, there are the differences. So what is that? Atmendriya priti vancha tara bali kam. Krishnendriya priti ichha dhare prema nam. Atmendriya, to satisfy oneself and the own desires and mind and senses and enjoy, try to enjoy, that is a kama. And the kama is leading. The next thing is a maya. When the kama is increasing, and we are going away, and the mayas, in the maya's lap, we are sleeping and saying that goodbye, Krishna, we don't want you anything more. Means like we are not interested in your devotional service. Who are you? We are not knowing you. So that is a maya. The maya's lab, the people are saying that we don't have time for Krishna. We don't have time for going to the temple. We don't have time for the spiritual practices. But generally the misunderstanding, the people are saying that maya means what? It is something physical. And initial days of Krishna consciousness, the brahmacharis or sannyasis, they were complaining to the Rupa that woman is a maya. Then Rupa answered that no, whatever the desires are lingering in your heart to enjoy the woman, these are the maya. The form is not a maya that much. The form, like the tiger is been seen, or the tiger is seeing a woman, and a child is seeing a woman, and a young adult person is seeing a woman. There are the differences, isn't it? The tiger sees a woman as a food. The kid is seeing as a like a woman, seeing towards a woman as a mother, and the adult man, which is having the lust in him, is seeing a woman as a lustful object. So that is the desires, whatever we are calculating, according to that, the maya is different for a different personality. For the tiger, the tigress may be a maya, like that, but not a woman. So the thing is, maya's areas are changing as per the person to person. The D section, somebody can read this.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
The impious lack knowledge and never surrender to Krishna. The pious develop knowledge and surrender. 7.15 to 19. Impious mudhas, foolish donkey-like men. Naradhamas, lowest of mankind. Mayaya partagnanas, those who are intelligent but whose intelligence is controlled by illusion. And asuras, atheist, never surrender. 15. Why doesn't everyone surrender? Sometimes people look learned. Why they don't surrender? Hare Krishna.
Namam dishkritano mudha. Prapadyante naradhama. Mayaya pratadnyana. Asuram bhavam ashrita.
Asuram
Asuram
bhavamashrita.
Bhavamashrita.
Somebody can read the translation.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Please.
Those miscreants who are grossly foolish, who are lowest among mankind, whose knowledge is stolen by illusion, and who partake of atheistic nature of demons, do not surrender unto me.
Commentary.
Because they are under the three modes of material nature. But there are those who do surrender to Krishna. They are Sukrutina. They are four kinds of people who worship Krishna. Shall I read it?
Yeah, please read.
Two. Four kinds of pious men surrender to Krishna. They distress the seeker of wealth, the curious, and the jnani, one in knowledge. Although all four of these are great jnanis who fully engage in devotional service, is the best. For such a jnani,
Yeah.
after
Please.
many Hare Krishna.
Yeah, please go on, ready.
After many births, he has acquired knowledge of Krishna's position as as the cause of all causes, has thus surrendered. Such a great soul is very rare.
Okay. So these are the four people: Mudha, Naradhanama, Maya Apruta Jnana, and Asuram Bhavamashrita. We will be seeing them in a PPT. I am just taking a small section of that, of the section, and reading the shloka and the translation and giving a brief idea of what is that shloka means. And then we will be going to the PPT to elaborate also. So these are the four people, those who are not surrendering. So those who are not coming to the Krishna consciousness, they can be categorized in this four. Whoever is saying against of the Lord, he is Asuram Bhavam Ashrita. Who is saying there is no God, he is a Maya Apratanyana. Who is saying that work is work is everything, he is a Mudha, is working like a donkey. So like that, these are the people which we can categorize also. And sometimes we can categorize ourselves also. Are we becoming this out of this four? Are we really? Because whenever we are reading the Gita, we should be not in putting the glasses over others, but we should read the Gita to putting the glasses towards us. That, oh, what is that in am I a Maya Jnana? Am I a Naradhama? I am a Mudha? Am I a Asuram Bhavam Ashrita? So like that we have to see. Not in other way that is like, who is that? Who is that? Krishna is saying that you are there. You are. Inside you should do something. Generally we see that Gita in that way. Oh, that Hitler is a Naradhama. That person is a Maya Aprutinana. Krishna says that some sort of Hitler is there in you also. Some sort of these personalities are there in these tendencies are lingering in your heart. So that's why pull them out. Pull them out. Chaturvidha bhajante mam. Jana sukritino Arjuna. Arto jidnyasur artharthi. Jnani cha bharatarshabha. Somebody can read this translation and the commentary also.
O best translation. O best among the Bhagavatas, four kinds of pious men begin to render devotional service unto me: the distressed, the desirer of wealth, the inquisitive, and he who is searching for knowledge of the Absolute. These four, Artha, the distressed, example Gajendra, Artharthi, the desirous of wealth, Dhruva Maharaj, Jignashu, the curious, Shaunaka Rishi, and Gyani, the one in search of knowledge, Sukadev Goswami and the four Kumaras. Jignasur, the curious, in this text is mentioned in the middle of Artha and Artharthi because these two must come to the platform of Jignasur, curiosity, to actually make advancement towards surrender. They have to become curious about Krishna consciousness. The Jignasur is inquisitive about the soul, about self-realization. He is interested in Nyaya or logic or Vyakarana or Sanskrit grammar. This is all in the category of Jignasur. The Artha-Arthi, the wants pleasure in this world or in the next. He is a Sakam devotee. Actually, all the first three are Sakam devotees because they have desires. The Gyani is a Nishkam devotee because he has no material desires. He desires knowledge of Krishna, then he surrenders to Krishna. The next text answers the question, out of these four, who is the best?
So these are the four categories. Artho. Artho means very like the person who has suffered a lot. Either he is a physically deceased person, either he has lost something, and that's why he is really in suffering. And then he turns. Then Artharthi, the desirous of wealth, desirous of profit. Not only wealth, but we can say it is desirous of profit. Whatever he would like to do, he just would like to have the profit. And these are like, these two should come on the platform of Jidnyasu, then only they can turn towards Krishna. Jidnyasu is the preliminary criteria for turning towards Krishna. Or else so many are Arthos, so many are Artharthi. Why they are not turning towards Krishna? In this world, Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam, how many are Artho? You can just see it. How many are there? 95 to 98% are the Arthos. Everybody is suffering in this world. Why they are not turning? Because they are not coming on the platform of Jitnyasu. Everybody would like to have or enjoy the profit. Why they are not going to Tirupati Balaji? There are some few, they are actually going to the Tirupati Balaji and saying that, oh Lord Venkateshwara, we would like to be enjoying and we would like to invest some money and you are my the partner. These are the people, Artharthi, they are coming to the, at least they are coming to the Lord and saying that I need some profit out of it. Their standard is low. We can understand, but to whom they are coming? They are coming to the Lord. So they are there in the platform of Artharthi because the curiosity, oh, Lord is there. Lord can satisfy our desires. We heard something about the Lord. So that's why we can go to the Lord and say that and play in front of him and says that, oh Krishna, please help us. But rest of us, they are not having that much understanding also. So that's why we are at least trying to make those who are very rigid atheists, at least we can make them or give them some bij or some seed of Jidnyasu. At least these are our programs where we are telling, one-time programs. We are trying to give them some seed. We are giving them Gita in the hand and saying that ये गीता आपके पास में रखने के बाद में आपके घर में शुभ और शांति आ जाएगी. So by that they can become a Jidnyasu. Oh, how it will be? while reading the Gita, we are telling them there are some things which the Lord will be telling you directly. So please try to read the Gita. And they are everybody, those who came in a Krishna consciousness, 95 to 98% of the people, they were having some motives, isn't it? Some motives were there. We were there in the category of Artho or Artharthi. Most of us were there in the category of Artho. Oh, Krishna is a well-wisher of every living being. So I can tell something to Krishna. So I can tell something to Krishna, and Krishna will hear. Nobody is hearing in this world about my misery. So I will tell something to Krishna. There is one Marathi song, Marathi bhajan, where Tukaram Maharaj says that, Tukaram Maharaj or some other saintly person says that, whenever I will go to Pandharpur, I will tell my miseries to Krishna, to Vithala, and he will be hearing because he is having a big ears. Makara Kundale Talapati Shravani. It's like he is having very good earrings about the fishes. So that somebody is there to hear my Vetha, to hear my miseries, and that the Lord is hearing. Lord is always there hearing. So that's why Artho and Artharthi, when they come to the level of Jidnyasu, and Jidnyasu can be like nobody is by birth as a Jidnyasu, but somebody tells them, oh, at least turn towards Krishna, chant his holy name one round a year, you will see the change in you. So we are telling them to become a Jidnyasu. And once they are turning towards Krishna, Krishna automatically take them to the platform of Jnani and then the devotee. And when it happens, we are also not knowing. Arey, मैंने तो सिर्फ जपा करने को बोला था. I just told him to chant. And now he has become a fixed up devotee. So that way we can help. That is our way of preaching. We can do it. We can just tell them, to whomsoever we are meeting, those who are Artho, how we tell them, oh, you are suffering. How we can help them? Are we going to provide some money to them? Not always. If he is our brother and sister, we can give some money. But what is the limit? There is some limit for that. But when we tell them about a Krishna consciousness, some way or other, and he takes it, then his condition changes. Not a material condition we are listening, his mental situation where he is afflicted, that condition changes. So that way we can tell them about the Jidnyasu, to become a Jidnyasu at least. And then he turns to Krishna, then many things changes in his life. So we are, as a small preacher, where we are in, we should try to make a people towards Krishna consciousness, like these people, as a Jidnyasu. And it is between the Krishna and the pure devotee, and then that conditioned soul, how they are taking up. That is their way. So nobody can say that, oh, Prabhuji, we are not a good preachers. At least you can give some seed of Jidnyasu. That is enough. That is enough. Everybody in a Krishna consciousness, everybody in ISKCON, they can be a preacher. They can speak about Krishna. They can give some faith to the afflicted one and say that I got the benefit of that. Why can't you? Please practice. 17th. Tesham jnani nitya yukta.
Tesham jnani nitya yukta.
Eka bhaktir vishishyate.
Eka bhaktir vishishyate.
Priyo hi jnanino ptyartham. Aham sachamam apriya.
Aham Satya Mama Priya.
Yeah, please read this translation.
Shall I read, Prabhuji?
Yeah, please.
Of these, the one who is in full knowledge and who is always engaged in pure devotional service is the best. For I am very dear to him and he is dear to me. The reason why the Gnani is the best is because those three, the Artho, Jignasur and Artharthi, they pretend to practice devotional service as long as their desires are not fulfilled. But as soon as their desires are fulfilled, they have the tendency to turn their back on Krishna and give up devotional service. But the Gnani has no material desires. Therefore, because his tendency is to be continuous, he is the best. He is Eka Bhakta. He is only interested in devotional service. Therefore, he is special. And because he loves Krishna, Krishna loves him. Baladeva Vidyabhushan comments that the Gnani not only is the best of best, but Krishna is not only satisfied to say that he is the best. He further opens his heart and says, Mama Priyaha. He is very dear to me because he has no other desires and is surrendering to Krishna in the mode of devotion. Hare Krishna.
Okay, the next one.
One thing, the Gnani is very wonderful. Obvious, he is taking to devotional service, and the others three, they are low class. Does that mean that the other three are not dear to Krishna? Krishna answers is text 18.
So the out of this four, who is very dear? Krishna says that the Jnani is very Eka Bhaktir Vishishyate. Then then he is saying that he is very, very dear to me. He is very dear to my heart. Why? Because the rest three, who are the rest three? Artho, Jignasu, Artharthi. These are, in Marathi, there is one saying called as Garasaro Vaidyamaro. In Marathi, it is very famous saying, Garasaro and Vaidyamaro. Let the doctor die after I get cured. I don't care. Whatever it happens to the doctor, I will not be seeing. It is general practice of the human beings are that whenever they are getting cured, they don't turn up toward the doctor again, unless there is another disease comes to them. So nobody is caring about the doctor, and once the things are normal, then they are not going to the doctor. Same way, the Krishna knows that these three are coming for some particular purpose. But a Jnani is not coming for that purpose. Once it has been satisfied, then he is saying, Hare Krishna, Krishna, all right, goodbye. No, he is not saying that. He is there always. He is there to love me. He is loving like that. He is not that for some hetu, for some purpose he has turned toward me. No. But these three are turning towards Krishna for some specific purpose, and that purpose has been solved. Then who is Krishna, we don't know. But Jnani is not that. So that's why the Krishna Eka Bhaktir Vishishyate. He is that he loves me and I love him. And then the question may be like that. So the rest three are not dear to Krishna or what? So it is answering. Udara sarva evaite.
Udara sarva evaite.
Jnani atma matam. Asita sahi yuktatma. Mama evanutam gatim. Somebody can read this one.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
All these devotees are undoubtedly magnanimous souls, but he who is situated in knowledge of me, I consider to be just like my own self. Being engaged in my transcendental service, he is sure to attain me, the highest and most perfect goal. Krishna is affectionate to all of them, but Krishna is glorifying especially the Jnani who comes to him, not desiring anything except being situated in Krishna's lotus feet. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur comments, but the Jnani is most dear. Krishna says, he is like my own body or myself. He is more dear to me than my own body, even more dear than Shiva, Balrama, Pradyumna, or Rukmini Devi. But although this pure devotee is as dear to me as my own self, my Prema Bhakta devotee is more dear to me than my own self. Next question is, how long does it take to such a Jnani before he attains Prema?
So we will be seeing in the PPT, there are the Jnani Bhaktas, there are the Kevala Bhaktas. So here the Prema Bhaktas means like the Kevala Bhaktas. Those who are not knowing anything apart from Krishna, they are the Kevala Bhaktas. So how long it will be taking for a Jnani to reach to the Kevala Bhakta? So that the next sloka it will be mentioned. So there is a difference like the Jnana Mishra Bhakta and a Kevala Bhakta. So Jnani here it has been mentioned about the Jnana Mishra Bhakta. He is knowing that this Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead through a Jnana Marga. So he is knowing that, and he is on that path of perfection of removing this mixed Mishra Bhakti. He is still not a very pure soul or the pure devotee, but he is on that path. So how long it will take for that person to become a Prema Bhakta? That in the next sloka. Bahunam Janmana Mante Jnanavan Mam Prapadyate Vasudeva Sarvamiti Samahatma Sudurlabha. Somebody can this the translation.
After many births and deaths, he who is actually in knowledge surrender unto me, knowing me to be the cause of all causes and all that is. Such a great soul is very rare. Srila Prabhupada comments on his purport. In the beginning of spiritual realization, while one is trying to give it up, one's attachment to materialism, there is some leaning towards impersonalism. But when one is further advanced, he understands that there are activities in the spiritual life and that these activities constitutes devotional service. He becomes attached to the Supreme Personality of Godhead and surrenders to him. At such a time, one can understand that Lord Sri Krishna's mercy is everything, that he is the cause of all causes, and that this material manifestation is not independent from him. He realizes the material world to be a perverted reflection of spiritual variegatedness and realizes that in everything there is a relationship with the Supreme Lord Krishna. Thus, he thinks of everything in relation to Vasudeva or Sri Krishna. Such a universal vision of Vasudeva perception, one's full surrender to the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna as the highest goal. Such surrender great souls are very rare.
So these are the four categories, and how this fourth category Jnani will become a pure devotee. Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanavan Mam Prapadyate Vasudeva Sarvamiti Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. That's why the Manushyanam Sahasreshu Kashchit Yatari Siddhaye. It has been said that one can become 7.3 is giving a hint. Out of these thousands of the people, they will try to know me. And out of these thousands, they will actually know me. Means what? That the filtration is of the Jnani, Karma Yogis, Mishra Bhaktas. Out of that, Bahunam Janmanamante, out of that, some of them after thousands of the years, they will be knowing me. So here the conclusion of that 7.3 we can just see. Manushyanam Sahasreshu, which we have seen already. Why Manushyanam Sahasreshu? Out of thousands, those who are interested for this. It's like Artho, Artharthi, Jitnyasu, Jnani. These are Artho and Artharthi also. They are, everybody is Artho and Artharthi, but they are not coming to me. But those who are trying to become a Jitnyasu, where the ISKCON people are trying to give the seed of the Jitnyasu, how many are there in a ISKCON society? 0.01% or 0.5% maximum of the whole entire population. So 0.5 out of that are those who are coming and going out from ISKCON also. This is like Artho, Artharthi, once their things are being satisfied. Jitnyasu and there are some people, those who are having some impersonalist touch also. In that, the people are trying to practice some pure devotional service with the full faith. They are very rare. And in that, the people will be taking thousands of lifetime. Bahunam Janmanam Ante. Unless when they take a shelter of the pure devotee, and the pure devotee is not coming into their life, and they are not doing tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnana sevaya upadeshanti te jnana jnanina tattvadarshina. Jnani has to do a tadvidhi pranipatena. He has to humbly bow down and try to serve a pure devotee, and by that service, Vapu or Vani, by that service, pranipatena, pariprashna, then he will be asking some questions which is really disturbing his heart. When that questions will be solved, will be answered, then the anarthas will be going out, and that person will be leading towards a pure path. So that's why 7.3 is a really important shloka. So we are taking these 3 lines you can read, Prabhu.
These 3 Sakama devotees must come to the level of Jnanis before going back to Godhead. That's clear from the 3rd and the 5th chapters of Bhagavad Gita, that one has to give up one's material desires to make spiritual advancement. One has to raise up to the platform of Niskam, and then from that level go to full surrender.
Okay. So we are going to the slides. Okay. Whatever we have covered, we will be going to the slides very fast. And shloka has been covered. Then you can see this. What is the shloka? 7.13. What was the shloka? Anybody remembers? Tirbhir gunamayir bhakti jagat mohitam nabhijanati mamebhya param avyayam. This is a shloka. Those who are not knowing Krishna, the Krishna is making that because they are being deluded by these 3 modes. And what is deluded by 3 modes? It has been mentioned here. Avranatmika Shakti and Prakshepatmika Shakti. Avranatmika Prakshepatmika means assuming the false identity leads to false perception about myself and Krishna. This is like we are in a different realm. We are trying to say that, oh, I am this, I am that, I am that. And then the real identity which we are trying to remember, that is been forgotten by the Prakshepatmika. And even if the Prakshepatmika Shakti has been taken out, but still the Avranatmika Shakti is there. Oh, who you are, that I will not reveal it to you. Prakshepatmika Shakti, sometimes the people are trying to get it off. That, okay, I am the CA, I am this, I am Indian, I am American. Okay, like the people are trying to actually make it sure that, okay, but you are not actually Indian. That level the people try to understand, and they may try to come it out that I am the soul. But what is my real identity as a soul? That is been covered. I am soul. That the people may come to the conclusion, but I am the servant of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That Avaranatmika Shakti is making a thick avarana, or the covering, that nobody goes out of that. So that's why these are the who am I and what I should do. These energies are being covered through the agency of the three modes, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. Then somebody can read this, what Srila Prabhupada is saying about this shloka.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Don't read the translation, which we have already read. We can read from Srila Prabhupada.
Father, you can read. It's okay.
Srila Prabhupada says,
Yeah.
bodily conception due to bewilderment by the three modes. Every living entity under the modes has a particular type of body, a particular type of psychological and biological activities accordingly. B. 4 classes of men under the modes. Brahmanas purely in mode of goodness, Kshatriyas purely in mode of passion, Vaishyas mix of mode of passion and mode of ignorance, Shudras completely in ignorance, animals or animal life less than that. All these designations are temporary. Under illusion, we think we are American, Indian, Russian, or Brahmana, Hindu, Muslim, etc. Entanglement in modes. Forgetfulness of Supreme Personality of Godhead who is beyond modes. Those bewildered cannot understand the transcendental nature of Krishna. Krishna Chakravarti Tagore says about bewilderment of the modes. Mode of goodness, sense and mind control. Mode of passion, jubilation. Mode of ignorance, lamentation. Therefore, one does not know Krishna, who is superior to them, Param, and without a change, Avyayam. Thank you.
Yeah. So these are the.
Even if you go and tell the Jason, nothing is going to happen. What is that fellow will do? Even that fellow has very limited to do anything actually in product.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Somebody is saying something. Okay. So these 4 points, A, B, C, D, these are the Prakshepatmika Shakti, effect of that. We are considering something, the designations which we are accepting, and the E is Avranatmika Shakti and the effect of that. So this is the effect. By that, bodily conception is so strong. Prakshepatmika Shakti means bodily conception is very strong. And Avranatmika Shakti means it is like which the spiritual understanding is not there. Prakshepatmika means bodily covering is very strong.
Maybe I'm thinking if you could get at least at a high level one slide, I think we get some funding. Okay. My idea is to get some funding because how much time will do?
Prasad Prabhu, can you please mute?
Yeah, that's what I'm done. Haribol.
Prasad Prabhu cannot hear us, I think. So, Bara Prabhu, please mute Prasad Prabhu.
Yeah. Those in Krishna consciousness are liberated. even goodness is not sufficient. Why? Because that goodness may turn toward the impersonalism sometimes. Goodness may sometimes will be pulling to the mode of passion and or ignorance also, because nothing is very stable in this material world. So even the goodness is also not stable, and the goodness, the person will be doing some moral principle activities, but it is not the ultimate thing. So that's why Krishna conscious activities, even that doesn't comes under any modes. Whenever we are having the thought process to serve Krishna, whoever you are, whether you are a Brahmana, whether you are a Shudra by birth, whether you are a mercantile person, or whoever you are, but you started doing some devotional activities, not only activities, since we are having the Krishna conscious movement, it is not Krishna activity movement, it is a Krishna conscious movement. So whatever your thought process is there, activity to please Krishna with the thought process. So that activity becomes a Krishna conscious. Whatever the external things you are doing it, whether you are doing a Brahmanical job, whether you are doing a Kshatriya, whether you are a Vaishya, or whether you are a Shudra, whatever the role you are doing to please Krishna, in a mood of that, okay, everything is there for your pleasure, oh Lord, that person is liberated one. He is not under anything. So that's why it is a very stereotype, the module of Indian society and a Krishna conscious society which we are in. It's a different thing. It goes on, it is not mixing at all, because the people generally, when this spirituality is there, even in the Madhva tradition or in Ramanuja tradition, they ask about what caste you belong at. Are you a Brahmana by birth? No. So there are certain activities you cannot do it. But the Krishna conscious activities where we are not asking about the birth, we are asking about the eligibility, the consciousness, the practice, that has been checked. And by that, anybody can do anything. So that's why it is liberated, and goodness is not sufficient. Baldev Vidyabhushan, this we will not be taking because we have already covered it. So this link, you can read it. Somebody can read this one, and no need to read the shloka, which is there in Sanskrit.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Link Ramanuja. How is it possible that all experiencing beings think as enjoyable objects which are inferior, constituted of the gunas, and are transient while you exist? You who are of the nature of unbounded and abundant bliss, who has an eternal, unchanging form, and who is the source of the enjoyableness of even the objects of the world.
And then Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur.
Vishwanath Chakravarti.
How will they be delivered from this bewilderment of this modes? So this next shloka is there, which we have sung it. Devi esha gunamai maya duratteya mame vaya prapadyante maya metam tarantite. This is the flow chart of the shloka. Krishna explains how to get free from the modes. First is that one should understand he is bound by the clutches of the Maya. So we are the Nitya Baddhas and eternally bound. And through our own endeavors, it is very difficult to get out of that, very difficult to overcome. Because it is Krishna's divine energy, it is there making us bound. It is not ordinary energy. Devi, she is Devi. She is Durga, she is Devi. She is having more power than any but the Jivatmas. And how she is bending? She is bending through the gunas as a rope. And then what is the process to get out of that? Mama mame vaye prapadyante maya metam tarantite. Only surrender to Krishna. So here also we are becoming Christians or what? Jesus is the only way. Here is Krishna is the only way. Krishna is saying, we are not saying that. Krishna is saying that I am the only way. Mamevaya prapadyante. Maya metam tarantite. You will cross over, just float over. By that you will be enjoying and going back to God and going back to me, or coming back to me. This is the way you will come to me. So the translation, we already read it. Somebody can read the points I highlighted here.
Yes, Prabhu, let me read. So Maya is very difficult to overcome. She is astonishing and extraordinary.
Only the highlighted points you can read, Prabhuji, if you don't mind.
Sure. Maya is called astonishing because it is an instrument in the creation of astonishing, variegated, countless universes. Srila Prabhupada, although Maya, illusion is false or temporary, the background of Maya is the supreme magician, the personality of Godhead, who is Maheshwara, the supreme controller.
Yeah. So Maya, she is Devi, but the Maheshwar is the real magician. He has made a system, and the system starts working. Then we say that, oh, what good systems it is. When we go to the when we are going for some what we can say merry-go-round, or some places where the kids are playing, we are astonished, oh, how it is going up and down. But we should get astonished that who has made this system to run. So these are the person who is making the system, the person who is managing the system. The system man has to be admired. What sort of the system it is. She is Devi. You can read this, which is highlighted.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
The word Devi comes from Deva, means those who sport with sense enjoyment. Refers to the Jivas. Devi therefore means that which bewilders the Jivas. Yes. Divine because of its connection with the Supreme Lord. It acts so wonderfully in the construction and destruction of the cosmic manifestation.
So it is, it is a Devi, actually, because it is having a connection with the Lord. That's why the Krishna Mame Vaye Prapadyante Mama Maya, also he is saying that she is mine only. And that's why it is divine. Nothing is like ordinary. It is very divine. We will not be taking this one. No. Okay. This you can read.
Yes, Prabhuji. Surrender is the only solution. But though Maya is such, it can be destroyed by devotion to me. Be very easy, like a puddle in the hoof print of a calf. For those who surrender to me, Krishna, through the association of devotees, who is the Lord of all things, controller of Maya, and an ocean of affection for surrendered souls. Having crossed the ocean of Maya, they attain me, their master, inclined to give mercy and filled with bliss. Vishwanath Chakravarti, touching his chest, the Lord says, have faith in my words. Anyone who surrenders unto me, the form of Shamasundara, crosses over this Maya. Hare Krishna.
Krishna must have put his hand over his chest and says that Mame Vaya Prapadyante Maya Metam Tarantite. Mame Vaya Prapadanti. Have a faith that you surrender to me and the things will be very normal. The Maya will not trouble. Even she is Devi, but I am the Swami. I am the Swami, and once you take shelter of me, she will not be doing anything to you. And sufferings of this, the world will become like a Mahat Padam, Vatsa Padam, Param Padam. It's like even though it is a Bhavasagar, it's very vast, but you take shelter of me, it will become a puddle in the calf's hoof print, whatever the water is there, that much. And how much time it will take us for to cross that water? Not a single second also. But big quantity of the reservoir, it will be taking a good amount of time. But the Bhavasagar, we cannot cross over by our own endeavors. The Krishna says that Bhavasagar will become a calf's hoof print. If anybody has gone to Pandharpur in Maharashtra, the Lord Vithala is standing by putting his hands over his chest, no, on play over his vest. So the understanding is that Vithala is saying that you come to me, you try to come to me, the whole existence of this material existence will become like the water as like the west level only, and you can just cross it. You take shelter of me, the water of this whole Bhava Samsara will become the level of your west only. You can just cross it. So this one, the link, you can read this.
Yes. Link Baldev Vidyabhushan. If those who surrender to you attain liberation, why others, even learned persons, do not surrender to you? Srila Prabhupada, how is that educated philosophers, scientists, businessmen, administrators, and all the leaders of ordinary men do not surrender to the lotus feet of Sri Krishna, the all-powerful personality of Godhead? If that liberation is possible by simply surrendering unto the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then why don't these intelligent and hardworking leaders adopt this simple method? Yeah, you want me to? Yeah, Vishnu
You want the wise then surrender unto you. Okay, this is the next section. We already sang this shloka. Namam dushkrituno mutha prapadyanti naradhama maya aprutanyana asuram bhavam ashrita. So these are the four people, those who are not surrendering. Mudas, which are grossly foolish, like hard-working asses. Then the Naradhamas, those who are lowest among mankind. Then Maya Apratanyana, knowledge stolen by illusory energy. And Asuram Bhavamashrita, envious towards God, atheistic demons. Out of these four, the Asuram Bhavamashrita are very deadly people. Everybody is deadly, but Asuram Bhavamashrita, because they are the envious. And the next one, the next deadly people are the Maya Apratanyana, because they are intelligent, but their knowledge is stolen. So the Mudas, who are the Mudas? Attachment to the fruits, they are fruity workers. Doesn't know whom to work for. They are after money. They don't know to whom to work for. And their level of happiness is very low. Whatever the small short-term goals, they are happy with that. And they are not having a time to hear from anybody. No time to hear for the immortal soul. The Naradhamas, These are the different categories of the people. Those is like they are the uncivilized, having lower forms of the human life. Generally, these people, it is not that categorically, but they are born in this lower family, and their intelligence is not awakened at all. They don't come to that level at all, that what is the goal of my life. They always says that why we should ask this question. There's nothing to do with that questions. Just live a life, and whatever it is given to you, enjoy it. Try to enjoy it. So the purpose of life and the religious principles, they are not knowing at all. And then these are the people, those who are grossly engaged in the passionate activities. Like they can be like Maya, Aprita, Jnana. These are those who are the people, they are quietly, we can categorize as a scientist, or those who are interested to go for the higher education. But these are the people, those who are the Naradhamas, they are mostly going or adopting some profession as a leader in the society, and they are making this whole sided agenda is that we need to earn the money. Don't consider about the emotions, don't consider about the adhyatma or the spirituality. Nothing will work. Only your how famous you are and how materialistic and money you are having it, that will give the satisfaction. So that's why these people are apparently seen as the leader of the society, but they are not. So hope for a Naradhamas, what is that? Mercy of the devotees is there for everyone. Like the Jagai and Madhai, these are the categories of the Naradhamas. So here we can see everybody in this world, or particularly in a politics or in any field, like the company owners, those who are not becoming a devotees, but they are having their own set of philosophy, they can be called as the Naradhamas, because they are having their philosophies and they are propagating it also. So what is the chance? Unless Nityananda Prabhu or Nityananda Prabhu's followers are meeting these people and giving them Krishna consciousness, there is no hope for the Naradhamas. There is no hope for Maya, Aprita, Jnana and Asuram Bhavamashita. But generally we cannot preach to the Maya, Aprita, Jnana and Asuram Bhavamashita people. We can preach up to the Naradhama only. Mudhas and Naradhamas we can preach. Rest to, because Maya, Aprita, Jnana, they are having the materialistic knowledge more than us, maybe having. And they are having their concepts very rigid. So that's why the hope for Naradhamas are there. Hope for Maya, Aprita, Jnana is very low. Maya, Aprita, Jnana, knowledge stolen by the illusory image. Range of their knowledge is only devoted to material world. They may be the scientists or the philosophers or very highly educated people, but they are not turning towards Krishna. And Asuram Bhavam Ashritaha. This what are their arguments? Supreme Lord can never descend into this material world. They are unable to give tangible reasons as to why Lord cannot descend. But they are having that. Is like their own reasons are there. There is no God. Lord cannot descend it into this world. why? Because they are saying that why so many things are happening which are not supposed to happen in this world. Means there is no Lord, and the Lord cannot descend. Lord might have made this universe, but he is out of control now. He is not able to control this. So the translation which we have already taken. So who surrenders and who is not surrendering, that also we are taking up. Mudhas, that we are not taking it in a detail, but we are just brushing up the things. Now, Chaturvidha bhajante mam jana sukrituno arjuna arto jidnyasu artharthi jnani cha bhartarshapha. There are the 4 categories of the people: those who are surrendering to the Krishna, those who are sukritinas, those who are pious. And the piety, actual piety means the person who is trying to surrender to Krishna, that is actual piety. There are some other piety concepts and understandings are there, but the piety means, Punyatma means the person who is trying to surrender to Krishna. The 4 categories of the people there. Are they pure devotees? No, because they have some, there are some desires and aspirations are there to get fulfilled, and once it has been done, then they are back to their own world. But at least they are turning towards Krishna. They are knowing that he is the supreme personality of God. But whenever they are afflicted, that time only they are coming to us. What is the pure devotional service then? Then the pure devotional service, which we have seen that the jnani, he is not leaving, at least he is not leaving Krishna. And always he is thinking, he is trying to think about Krishna, even though he is a jnana mishrit, but he is knowing that I should serve Krishna. I should not leave Krishna. And when this person goes in the purest form, attains the Kevala Bhakti, that time it is like the epitome of that the devotional, it is called as a pure devotional service. Destiny of the Sukritinas, there is a different varieties of the destinies are there, but surely they will be getting more and more devotional by doing this. And at what stage do Sukritinas become pure devotees? That Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanavan Ma. That is the shloka which has mentioned that after many lifetimes, these people will turn, the jnani will become a pure devotee. So translation, and this we have seen this, that 3 types of bhaktas we will be taking this. Pradhani Bhut Bhakta, in which bhakti is the principal component. These 4 types are qualified for Pradhani Bhukta Bhakti. What is a Pradhani Bhukta Bhakta? That is like Karma Mishra, Pradhani Bhuta, and a Kevala. This is like Pradhani Bhuta means it is a Mishra Bhakti, Jnana Mishra, then the Karma Mishra, which is a Sakama, and then it is a Kevala Bhakti. These are the 3 types of devotional service where this jnani is coming out in a Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti. And Karma Mishra Bhakti, which we can say it is Artho, Artharthi, and Jidnyasu, they are coming in the category of they are coming into the category of the Karma Mishra Bhakti. And here the example is Gajendra, where he is Artha, where his leg was been caught by the alligator, and he is in that state, he is remembering the Lord and offering the flower. Jidnyasu, where these people are having some understanding about Atma and the super soul. They are knowing that we are not this body, we are the soul. But they have not come to the conclusion what exactly a super soul or who is the Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagwan understanding is not yet been that much developed. So that's why they are Jidnyasu. So the Shaunakadi Rishi is asking the questions more into that and trying to explore the things of the Bhagavatam. So these are the Jidnyasu. They can have some faith over the scriptures and they can ask the question, and by that hearing the process, their heart will be purified and they will be jnani, and by that they will be acting on their jnana and they will be becoming a karma bhaktas, sakama, nishkama, and then they will be going further and further like that. Artharthi, already we have seen that Dhruva Maharaj is Artharthi, is like aspiring for a different world, a different planet. But when he saw directly the Supreme Personality of God, his aspiration changed. The Jnana Mishra Bhakti, somebody can read this, whatever is mentioned in the highlighted points in a yellow, that you can read.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
In this definition, the Gnani does not have a desire for liberation. The devotee desiring liberation is mentioned at the end of the chapter as a Sakama Bhakta. The Gnani already knows his self as Atma, the part Sesha, and me as Paramatma, the shelter of the part Seshi. Should I go ahead, Prabhuji?
Yeah, without stopping with the knowledge, you can read that.
Without stopping with the knowledge of the self as different from the Prakriti, he desires to attain the Lord. He thinks that the Lord alone is the highest aim to reach.
Yeah. So what is a Jnani or a Jnana Mishra Bhakta? He is not aspiring for the liberation right now in this shloka. The last shloka of this chapter, where that personality is a Jnani who is aspiring for the liberation. But this Jnani where the Lord is mentioning about, he is not aspiring yet for the liberation, but he has understood the Atma, and he is a part and parcel and a Paramatma and a shelter of the part. And what about the Jidnyasu? Jidnyasu has not yet, he has understood I am the Atma, but he has not developed that much concept about the super soul. So that's why it is a different. That's why he may go out also, because he may be thinking that whether Krishna is that. No, but if the Jnani is confident that Paramatma is a Krishna. So that's why it is a differences. Okay. Kevala Bhakti. Now we can go and read this is Kevala Bhakti, the last lines, last four lines. Somebody can read this Kevala Bhakti.
Kevala Bhakti. Unmixed with karma or jnana. Bhagavad Gita 7.1. Maya
Sakta Mana Partha.
8.14. Anya Chetah Satatam. 9.13. Mahatmanastu Mapartha. And 9.22. Ananyas Chintayanto Mam.
Yeah, so these are the 4 examples which we can say it is unmixed, which is purely talking about the Kevala Bhakti. There are some another shlokas also, Sarvadharman Prityaja, then Manamana Bhavamad Bhakto, which are very much for the Kevala Bhakti. But these are the sections where the Keval Bhakti is not been talked much. But in that section, the Keval Bhakti has been put up by Krishna. Maya Sakta Mana Partha. This is the shloka where the Keval Bhakti is mentioned. Ananya Cheta Satatam. These are the shlokas where the section is not for the pure devotional service, but where Krishna is giving a glimpse. So these 4 shlokas I just mentioned here, that these are the shlokas where the Keval Bhakti is talked about in a mixed devotion also, which are unmixed with the karma and jnana. So that's why these 4 shlokas are really important. Okay, so there are the 3 types of devotees: Guni Bhuta, Pradhani Bhuta, and then the Kevala Bhakti. So what exactly is the Guni Bhukta? Is a process in which bhakti is a secondary element, where the karma and the jnana is seen in the karmis, jnanis, and yogis who predominantly desire results for their actions. Means those who are after bhukti and mukti, they are having some understanding about the bhakti, but they are more into the what? They are more into their results. So that's why it is Guni Bhuta, where the gunas are more dominating. And what is the results of that bhakti? Sakama karma, the person who is doing, he will be attaining the Swarga. Nishkama karma, I am not talking about Nishkama karma yoga. I am talking about Nishkama karma. That person will become a Jnana yogi. Jnana yoga he will be adopting. And a Jnana and Ashtanga yoga, he will be attaining the Nirvana or impersonal liberation. So Sakama karmis will attain the Swarga. Nishkama karmis will turn towards Jnana yogis, and the Jnana yoga and Ashtanga yogis, they will attain the impersonal liberation. What is a Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti? The Karma Mishra Bhakti, then the Jnana Mishra Bhakti, and the Yoga Mishra Bhakti is also mentioned there. So what exactly this Karma Mishra Bhakti means? This is Sakama and a Nishkama. Nishkama Karma Yoga and a Sakama Karma Yoga. That is called as a Sakama Bhakti and a Nishkama Bhakti. Means what? They are having the tinge of the karmas. They are having the tinge of the karmas. The questions we will be taking in the last Pandurang Sharantu, you are having your hands raised. But Karma Mishra means what exactly? These people, those who are doing a Sakama Karma, they are doing something for the Lord, but they are modes. They are being affected by the modes. They are affected and they are more into this doing the karma for their own benefit. So that's why it is a Sakama. And what exactly they will be attaining? Maximum they can go Salokya, or they will be having this somewhat Samipya of the Lord. If their bhakti has been fructified into the fullness, then they will be doing or attaining that. So it is Yanti Deva Vrata Devan. This shloka is referring to that. And a Jnana Mishra Bhakti, which is like it will be having the Shantarati. What exactly Shantarati means? Shanta Rasa they will be having. Somebody is having a Jnana and they are doing a Bhakti. Only Jnana, and it is a Mishran of the Jnana and they are doing a Bhakti. It is somewhat difficult to understand how a Jnana Mishra Bhakti a person can perform it. But the thing is that they are having more Vairagya and they are not doing activities as per prescribed duties, but they are trying to worship the Lord within their heart. So that is not doing an activity or not doing your prescribed duty and trying to worship the Lord. It is somewhat difficult, but this like personalities like Sanaka and others, but this 4 Kumaras, Sanak, Sanatan, Sanandar, and Sanat Kumar, when they came in a contact with the devotees, they turned from the Jnana Mishra to the pure devotional service. And then Kevala Bhakti, also called as Ananya Bhakti, or Bhakti Akinchana, or Bhakti Uttama Bhakti, or something like that, or the pure devotional service in ISKCON scenario, where we are on the path of that, where these people will be attaining a Vaikuntha Loka, and they will be having Salokya, Samipya, Sanidhi, but not Ekatvam. Ekatvam, we are not at all interested. Wherever the Krishna's abode, wherever the Krishna is there, and there also we are aspiring to serve the Lord there. Tesham Jnani Nitya Yukta Eka Bhaktir Vishishate Priyo Hi Jnani Matyartham Sacha Mame Priya. Where this is, who is amongst these four are very, very dear. This Jnani is very, very much dear, because Jnani is not a person who is aspiring for some temporary goods. He is aspiring for the permanent things, where he is not leaving Krishna at any time. He is trying to advance more and more. So that's why. Somebody can read the lines which are highlighted.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
By association of devotees, all becomes themselves pure. At the preparatory stage, a Gnani is very dear to the Lord, and he is the best.
Yeah. By association of the devotees, all becomes themselves pure. But at this preliminary stage, where the Jnani is, even if they are not associated with the devotees, they are higher than others. The Lord is saying, or the Prabhupada in his purport it is mentioned. Okay, here we will not be going this. And then the question arises whether only Jnani is very much dear to Krishna, or others are also. Then the Krishna answers that, no, others are also very much dear to me. All devotees are magnanimous, but he who is situated in knowledge of Krishna is the best. And then 7.19, Bhavanam Janmanam Ante Jnanavan Mam Prapadyate Vasudeva Sarvamiti Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. Why? This is like the realization of one fully in knowledge. That comes after thousands of the years. Bhavanam Janmanam Ante. Thousands is like, it is case to case, how much we are getting the connection of this Lord's devotees. That is the thing. And how much we are going close and accepting the spiritual master, the process of Diksha happens, and then we are surrendering our things, our own ideas of the spirituality at a lotus feet of the spiritual master. That much we are advancing more and more. Even after surrendering to the spiritual master, so-called surrendering to the spiritual master and taking the Diksha, the people are having their own notions and idea of the spirituality, and they are not practicing as per the expected norms. So then it is like the person who has accepted a master but not yet surrendered. Then the process will be taking more and more lifetimes. But accepting the process, accepting the master, accepting the process at the time of the spiritual initiation, that is really required. So that's why there are some tests, there are some things like which we try to hear in advance, that what we are doing, why we are doing. Whenever we are taking the initiation, that time we are trying to surrender everything, not only surrendering our ideas, but surrendering our misconceptions, which are actually from many years it is coming. So it will be taking some time. I'm not saying it is a one day affair, but it will be taking some time. But how much time we should give up? How much time it will be taking us? 10 years, 20 years, the same doubts are remaining whether the Krishna is supreme personality of Godhead. And the people after taking initiations, after that 20 years spending in Krishna consciousness, they are still asking the same question: who is the supreme personality of Godhead? As per the ISKCON, it is Krishna, but I feel it is not. So that person has not surrendered. That person has not read Bhagavatam and Gita as per the vision of his spiritual master. So that person is not surrendered, and the person who has not surrendered, he will not get the benefits after, even if the rituals has been performed. So we will be taking the next section also. Please give me some time for that. This is the next section. Somebody can read this one. E. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, brother. Hare Krishna, shall I read, Prabhuji?
Yeah, please.
Others who have no knowledge, 7:20 to 26. 1. Those who surrender to demigods. Second, those who are impersonalists. 1. Surrenders to demigods, those whose intelligence is illusion, surrendered, but to demigod. Getting their temporary rewards, they go to the planets of the demigods. But Krishna's devotee go to his eternal planet. 20-23.
Yeah. The next also.
Shall I read too?
Yeah, please.
Okay. This section describes those who surrender but not to Krishna. In the 3rd chapter, Krishna describes already those who surrender to the demigods after explaining ye yatyamam prapadante, that he reciprocates with everyone. Then why doesn't everybody surrender to him? Because some people so much desire material things. They just surrender to the demigods to get them, but Krishna is the one who awards the results through the demigods. The very fortunate Sukirtana, they approach Krishna for that to satisfy their material desires. Krishna appreciates that so much that he considers them by dear to him. But some, they have material desires. They don't approach Krishna because their intelligence has been stolen. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
So this is the section where the Krishna is condemning the demigod worshippers, where we can see and go through this section very clearly and cleverly, because most of us have come from the demigod backgrounds, and we are still having that. I'm not saying that the Krishna is saying that why the people, the mentality of the demigod worshippers is wrong. So that's why Krishna is condemning that. We should give a respect to the demigods, but we should not give them the undue respect also, what they are not at all eligible for. Whatever they are eligible for, that much the respect has to be given. But if somebody says that this particular Devata is a supreme personality of Godhead, then it is a wrong conception. There our point starts. And why these people go at all to this demigods? Then this 20th shloka is mentioning, Kamastaste ritadnyana. You can repeat after me. Kamastaste ritadnyana. Prapadyantyanya devata.
Prapadyantyanya devata.
Tam tam niyama asthaya.
नियमावस्थाय
प्रकृत्या नियता स्वया.
स्वया.
So you can read the translation and the commentary.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, can I read?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Those whose intelligence has been stolen by material desire surrenders unto demigods and follow the particular rules and regulation of worship according to their own natures. Shall I continue?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. This is a different category of persons. They are neither among those who do not surrender nor among those who do surrender to Krishna. They are called Hrita Gyanan, deprived of knowledge, less intelligent. Krishna wants us to do not be deprived of knowledge and surrender to him.
Yeah. So here first kamasya rita jnana. They are deprived. They are very less intelligent. So the Krishna is condemning them, not glorifying them. He is heavily condemning them. Yo yam tanur bhakta.
Yo yam tanur bhakta.
Shraddhaya architam ichhati.
Shraddhayartam ichhati.
Tasya taschachalam shraddham.
Tasyachalam shraddhyam.
Tameva vidhma evaham.
Tameva vidyamami aham.
Somebody can read the translation.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah.
I am in everyone's heart as a super soul. As soon as one desires to worship some demigod, I make his faith steady so that he can devote himself to that particular deity.
So Krishna is so magnanimous. He is, see, even though that person is not worshipping him, he is worshipping somebody else. But he is not saying that, oh, you are worshipping that personality, I will not support you. Here the Krishna is that she is saying that I make his faith steady on that particular devata. I am there in his heart and I make him very much steady. His faith, I don't remove his faith. I don't challenge that, oh, why are you surrendering to that particular devata? It is not that. Krishna is very magnanimous. By this shloka, we can say that Krishna is magnanimous. Krishna is not expecting, I am this only master. Nobody else is a master. Here he is not giving or saying that. He is saying that, okay, you are going to that personality. I am giving you the faith to worship him. Sataya Shraddhaya Yuktas.
Sataya Shraddhaya Yukta.
Tasya Aradhanam Iyate.
Tasya Aradhanam iti.
Labhate cha tata kamam.
Labhate cha tatam jnanam.
Mayyeva vihitam hiyatan. Somebody can read this translation.
Hare Krishna. Endowed with such a faith, he endeavors to worship a particular demigod and obtain his desires. But in actually, these benefits are bestowed by me alone. Thank you.
So the Krishna is saying that only I'm not giving you only faith to worship that personality, but that personality, the devata, is not having the strength to give you the results. But I am only giving it via medium of that particular devata. So the faith also I am giving, and the results also I am giving. But you are not worshipping me, doesn't matter. You are indirectly worshipping me, doesn't matter. Magnanimous. In these two shlokas, we can say that Krishna is not having or keeping the controllership always. He is saying that, okay, you are not surrendering to me, you are surrendering to somebody else. I am giving you the faith, I am giving you the results also. Antavat tu phalam tesham.
Antavatu phalam tesham.
तद्भवति अल्पमेधसाम्
Tadbhavati alpamedhasam.
देवान् देवयजो यान्ति मद्भक्ता यान्ति मामपि Sorry. Yeah, somebody can read this translation and commentary.
Hare Krishna. Men of small intelligence worship the demigods, and their fruits are limited and temporary. Those who worship the demigods go to the planets of the demigods, but my devotees ultimately reach my supreme planet. The demigod worshippers work just as hard or even harder than the devotees of Krishna, but yet just see the difference between their results. Alpa Meda Sham, Rita Jnana, very small intelligence. So much hard endeavor for such a temporary result. Number 2, impersonalists. Less intelligent men think that Krishna is impersonal and has only assumed his current form and personality. Krishna's Yogamaya covers these foolish and unintelligent men so that they can never know him.
So these are the two categories where Krishna is condemning because they are alpamedasa and they are ritadjnana, kamasya siddhajnana, and they are alpamedasam. They are having the they are the less intelligent people. So Krishna is not glorifying them. Krishna is condemning them. Why these people are going at all? They are very less intelligent. इतना बहुत कुछ बताने के बाद में माथे में कुछ पल्ले नहीं पड़ता. They are not having anything brain systems. I told them, like, कितने बार बोला हो मैंने, how many times I told them that I am the supreme personality of God, but they are not understanding. That's why they are very alpa medasa. Avyaktam vyaktimapannam
Avyaktam vyaktimapannam.
Manyante mama buddhaya
Manyante mama buddhaya.
Param bhavam ajananto
Jananto
Mama vyam anuttamam.
mama vyam anuttamam.
Read the translation and commentary.
Yes, Prabhuji. Unintelligent men who do not know me perfectly think that I, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, was impersonal before and have now assumed his personality. Due to their small knowledge, they do not know my higher nature, which is imperishable and supreme. Hare Krishna.
You can read this commentary also.
Yes, Prabhuji. The others were considered of less intelligence or small intelligence, but these are called abhyudhaya, no intelligence.
Okay. Now the next shloka we will read. Naham prakash sarvasya yogamaya samavrita mudhoyam nabhijananti loko mamajam avyayam. Translation and purport, somebody can read.
Hare Krishna. I am never manifest to the foolish and unintelligent. For them, I am covered by my internal potency, and therefore they do not know that I am unborn and infallible. This is why they don't understand, because they are covered by Krishna's internal potency. Yoga Maya Samavritta. They are mudas, they are fools. They receive greater condemnation than the demigods' worshippers. These people cannot see Krishna. There is a covering for them. But is that Krishna cannot see them?
So in this section only, Krishna is using his, or Krishna is condemning very heavily. Mudha, Naradhama, Maya, Pratijnana, or here also he is Naham Prakash Sarvasya Yogamaya, Mudhoyam, Nabhijanati. Krishna is condemning very heavily in this section, because whenever the demigod worshippers or whenever the impersonalists, there Krishna cannot tolerate. And Krishna is trying to control, say that no, 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 okay. Even though to the demigod worshippers, I give them the faith, I give them the results. But for when it comes to the impersonalist, Krishna is using his freedom to say that मूढ़ोयम मूढ़ोयम न भी जाना. ये लोग मूर्ख लोगों को मुझे मैं समझ में नहीं आता क्या? They don't understand me. And Krishna must have spoken this shloka very heavily. Mudhoyam na bhijanati. The emotions are also there with the shlokas. When somebody is speaking, it is not mudhoyam na bhijanati. It is mudhoyam na bhijanati. It is very heavy word. It is there. It is highly condemning about these people, those who are impersonalist. Krishna is by that the sentiments, the emotions are coming out, and Arjuna is understanding, and we should also understand. Or if we are not understanding, then we are also in the category of Mudhoyam na bijanati. Are maine itna, I just spoke this Gita and you are not understanding my emotions. I am condemning the impersonalist. You are not understanding. How come? If somebody is shouting at the kids, how we shout? It is not with the love, na? It is like with the heavy words. Murkh, you don't understand? Or we say that Murkh, you don't understand? We are there with the emotions. Krishna is also speaking with the emotions. And how he must have sang these shlokas with the emotions only. So the Krishna is also a person, he is also having the emotions that we should see. And when these shlokas, when these wordings are been put up, or when we are singing, that time we should understand what the bhava of the shloka is. So 25th till 25th it is there. So we will try to cover within 5-10 minutes whatever the slides are there, which will be helping us to understand. And the next time we will be taking the 26th to 30th shloka. Within 5-10 minutes, the slides will be very much easy to understand. Just 2 minutes. So these are the shlokas. Namasya Siddha Jnana Prapadyanti na Devata Tantam Nema Asthaya Prakrutya Nematasya. Where why demigod worshippers considered as less intelligent? Lack of knowledge about the Krishna, but beyond that, they are more fruitive. Which is like they are having the knowledge about Krishna some extent, but they are more fruitive, or they are more result oriented, or they want to gain some quick success. That's why they are more into the demigod worship. And that tendency is still there in us also. Sometimes we are in 1990s, there were the talk in the GBC meeting, there are some devotees are turning up towards some their what we are saying, their own god, and they are asking some benefits from their Kula Devata. So they are asking for them from them what can be done, what is the official answer for that. So one of the very intelligent sannyasi, Suhotra Maharaj, wrote a mail and says that this is a shloka for that. Those who are kamasya jnana. In ISKCON also we can see that the people are not having that much faith on the Krishna. Kamasya jnana. We should not see that, okay, there are some people apart from ISKCON devotees, they are kamasya jnana. we are also, how much faith we are having about the Lord's result, about the Krishna conscious results. We want some quick results, so that's why we may go to the Anya Devata. So we are also in the category of less intelligent. Text 20, it is mentioning about people, those intelligent is stolen by material desires, often surrendered to demigods. So what is a devotee's understanding, and what are the people, those who are less intelligent, their understanding? Their attitude, they have lost their spiritual sense, so their attitude is also changing. Their desires, they want immediate fulfillment of their material desires. So this is the most important reason why these people are going to the demigods, especially the ISKCON devotees, because they want immediate fulfillment of the desires. And the third is the modes, affected by the lower modes. That's why they are going. Okay. Motivation, motivated by small desires and do not know how to realize supreme goal. They want some satisfaction, satisfied by the rules and regulations of their worship. Some of these people, those who are very affected or attracted by the demigod worships, by their rules and regulations. So that's why they would like to, oh, Shani ka puja aisa karte hai. This is the way where the ISKCON devotees, or where the Krishna's devotion is been shown like this. But there are some rigid rules we are following by worshipping the gods. You know how the Shiva has been worshipped in my own village, and the Krishna conscious devotees, they are not following any rules. I am more attracted by that. So the rigidness of the worship, that has been attracted. This is Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Baldev Vidyabhushan. They are speaking about why do they surrender. The same reasons in a different context. It has been mentioned, because their mood, their attitude, they are affected by the modes. The same thing has been mentioned. Why do they surrender to devatas? Because they have material contamination. More material contamination, more the service will be for the devatas only. Or Krishna is also will be seen as a devata, is one of the devata there. By the Krishna conscious, so-called Krishna conscious devotee, he can also see like that. Those who are freed from all material contamination surrender unto the Supreme Lord and engage in his devotional service. Freed from material contaminations means what? Then it is material contamination in terms of karma, jnana, and yoga. If they are freed from that karma, jnana, and yoga, the process which contaminates the contaminates the devotional path, if they are freed from that, then they will be turning more and more purely to the Krishna consciousness. Unless and until this is not been cleared, karma, jnana, and yoga, there is a chance of the karma mishra, jnana mishra, and yoga mishra bhakta to turn toward the demigod worshippers. Why they cannot know me? Their impressions are such that it makes them opposed to surrendering to me. It becomes the impressions, because if you try to turn a demigod worshipper to a devotee, it is very challenging, because their impressions are really clear, because that devata may have reciprocated, or that is giving some satisfaction, so-called satisfaction, because they are getting some results out of it. So that's why the impressions are there. There's like it is working. So that's why they are doing it very religiously. And when we go and we are saying that Krishna gives the results after a long time, then they don't want. Why it is like that? I don't want results after a long time. It is immediate. We are getting it. Why? Shreyas and prayers. I am getting the prayers. Then this shloka, yo yo yam yam tanur bhakta shraddhyarchitam ichchati tasya tasram charam shraddham tamev vidathamyam. Krishna supplies faith offered by the worshippers. So he is offering everything. He is a magnanimous personality. He is not a sankuchita. He is having the vikasita, or he is the magnanimity is more. By this shloka we can see this, the person who is turning away, or the subordinate who is turning away from the master, and he is going to another master and taking the shelter of him. It is very, very difficult for that master to help him, the first master to help him. But Krishna is saying that I am not asakta to anybody. You are there with me or you are not there with me. I am Atmaram. I will be helping you. I will be always helping you. That is translation we have already seen. Super soul doesn't interfere, rather provides according to the desires. So that is, Prabhupada is saying that just like a super soul is not interfering. He is just Upadishta Anumanta. He is Upadrishta. He gives the good understanding. Okay, what you should do in this situation. And he is sanctioning also. But he is not saying, I gave you this realization, but you have not acted on that realization. I will not be giving you the next time the realization. Krishna's in the form of the super soul, he says that, okay, you are not understanding. I am detached. I am not attached with my opinions. I am not attached. Whatever you are doing, it is your freedom is there with you. So that's why we always pray to the Lord that we should pray to the Lord that, oh Krishna, please take the freedom back. I don't want the freedom again. It's like when the freedom is there, then I will not be acting as your puppet. And I will be taking a wrong decisions in my life and will be falling again into the material pool. I don't want to. Demigod and living beings both are subordinate to the will of Supreme Personality of God. So the demigods, worshippers, are ultimately we are serving the Lord because they are the agents of the Lord, and that way we are ultimately serving the Lord. Okay, devatas are the forms of the Lord's body. The same idea, the same concept. Sataya Shuddhya Yuktas. Krishna bestows benefits to the demigod, to the living entities. Whatever the benefits which we are getting through the demigods, it is by the Lord only. Like this shloka in Brahma Samhita, it is that whatever the obstacles are being removed by the Ganesha, it is ultimately removed by the Narasimha Dev only. So the Narasimha Dev is giving the power to the Lord Ganesha, and then it is been removed like that. So Prabhupada says here, the demigods cannot award benediction to their devotees without the permission of the Supreme Lord. In the purport it is mentioned. The living entity may forget that everything is the property of the Supreme Lord, but the demigod do not forget. Sometimes they forget. So that's why the Indra and then the Brahmaji's Leela is happening. Is a Vimohan Leela. But many times, 99%, they are not forgetting that we are the part and parcel of Lord. And He is our Supreme Personality. Antavattu phalam tesham tadbhavat altamejasam devan devajo yanti madbhaktya yanti mamati. So this he is condemning Antavattu phalam tesham. He is saying that it is for a short term results. The person is going to the demigods, and what the long term the results I will be giving, you're not understanding. I will make it sure that you should understand. By that, the frustration will be coming after some time of the demigod worship, and then you will be asking sometime the question, who is the Supreme Personality? So that knowledge the Krishna will be providing at any time, the person who is worshipping the demigods, and then he, by the supreme will of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, a person may come, or the devotee may come in the life of the demigod worshippers, and he will make it clear that what you are doing and what you are supposed to do. The nature, philosophy, mentality, and attitude of the demigod worshippers, as well as their action and the results. It has been mentioned. I will be sharing these slides with you. You can go through that. And impersonalist, the Krishna is highly condemning. Moodha is saying that with the intensity, these people, I don't like it because they are making my form as impersonal. How can they make it like that? So that's why they are the Moodhas. A person, a demigod worshipper, I can tolerate, but the impersonalist, I cannot tolerate at all. And the demigods are temporary. Supreme Personality of Godhead is eternal, therefore different results. So whatever one is having the capacity, if I am having 5 rupees, I can donate up to 5 rupees only. I cannot give assurance that I will be donating 500 rupees. So whatever as per the capacity of that personality, they will be awarding the results. So they are themselves are the temporary people. So how they can give us the permanent things? So the demigods cannot award a permanent thing to us, or they cannot award Amrutatvam to us. But the Supreme Personality of Godhead can award Amrutatvam to us in the form of taking us back to Godhead, where the place is Amrutatva, and we will be becoming Amrutatvam there. We are the original souls. We are not this body. And we will be taken back to that place where the Amrutatvam will be there. We will not be dying. Okay. We are ending up here only. The next session we will be taking next time, which will be 7.25 to 7.30. If somebody is having some question, but it is already overtime, still one question Pandurang Sharanpur was having, we can just discuss if he is there. Hare Krishna, Pandurang Sharanpur, your hand was raised.
I raise hand because in the previous section you showed the slides, the category of devotees, Artharthi, Jinners. And that slide number 34, can we go? 34. Previous
slide number 34. Okay.
It is not question, it was just like flow which we are explaining.
34. Just a minute. Yeah. This one? Artharthi. This one is 24.
Here example was given like Dhruva Maharaj. So I just wanted to ask, when the Chanakya, the sage is also well known, Chanakya. So will it also fall in this category, because you wanted to establish the one country as a Bharat for whatever called the religious purpose or whatever?
You are asking about Chanakya? Chanakya, which category he comes in?
If we
The
just want
Chanakya's devotion we are not knowing much about. At least I am not knowing about. But Chanakya Niti, he was Nitidnya. Niti and devotion, it is a different thing. Logic and devotion is a different thing. So he's a logician more, and a Niti, he was the moral principles he has told, and that has become in the form of the Chanakya Niti. So the devotion I am not knowing, so I cannot say about what exactly the category he is in. But if he is like, for example, we can take it, he is a devotee and he is trying to establish the kingdom. So if he is a devotee and he is trying to establish a kingdom, but what purpose was there for that kingdom? That purpose was not to enjoy, because his personal life, as far as I know, in his purpose, in his own life, he was not at all enjoying for his own enjoyment.
Yes,
there is an incident comes that where he was having the 2 lamps, one lamp for the whatever the kingly work was there, and another lamp was for his personal thing. So he was not exploiting the things and he was not enjoying. So as per that understanding, the short understanding what I am knowing about Chanakya, it was not for his own enjoyment. Artharthi is generally for that person, like those who are trying to enjoy. Artharthi means they would like to get some wealth, and with the wealth they would like to enjoy. Dharma, artha, kama. Artha and kama is more for the Artharthi. Dharma is there because they are going to the Lord and they are following some religious principles. But the moksha is not at all a aim of the Artharthi, as per my understanding goes. And Chanakya, if he is after that, even though we are living in this world, but we should do something for others benefit. It is not that only the Paramartha we are trying to do it. Why then we are going going out and distributing the books to establish something,
Krishna consciousness,
the Krishna consciousness, as well as making some people as a jidnyasu.
As you said in the beginning,
Chanakya's if his intention is that to protect the kingdom or to protect the Vaishnavism or to protect the Sanatan Dharma,
culture, then it falls in which category?
Then it is not at all like Artharthi. It is not for his own personal thing.
Not exactly as a Artharthi, but in like out of the 4, which can be understood.
No. Then we cannot stamp it like that. It is Artharthi.
No, I am not saying stamping Artharthi.
It is not Artharthi. It is not Jidnyasu.
It is social.
It is his own devotional part. See, when the social structure comes and his personal devotion comes, it is a different thing.
We have to differentiate by both.
See, when the king comes, Ambrish Maharaj was a king, so he was protecting the citizens or not? He was.
Yes.
But his personal devotional thing, what he was doing it, that makes him as a pure devotee or impure devotee or whatever it is. And we are not knowing about the Chanakya, about his personal devotion. So that's why we cannot, by the social customs, we cannot say he is Artharthi.
Okay.
Understanding, Guruji?
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
If somebody is having some more question, one question, I can take it, or else we can end up here. And Lilananda Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu must be in a meeting, Prabhu.
Yeah, you can just send him my message, one message, that Ishopanishad open book test or the assignments, it has not been received yet. Please, whatever the link he has sent to me quite a few days back, Ishopanishad open book assessment or the assignments were not there in that.
Okay,
Both
Prabhu,
were
I'll just
having
check.
the close, both were having the closed book assignments only.
Okay,
So
Prabhu, I'll
we
check
need the
with.
open book assignments of Ishopanishad.
I'll check with him, Prabhu.
Okay, Prabhu.
Okay,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna.
So, yeah.
Prabhupada,
Hare Krishna. We have
Krishna.
class on Wednesday, right, Prabhu?
Yeah, Wednesday we are having a class. Wednesday
Okay.
and Friday we are having the class. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Sai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much.
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.